I think it's important that people enjoy movies and go to the movies and have that unique movie going experience. I think, the past few years, especially with the pandemic, we're so used to like staying at home, and getting that instant gratification from Netflix or one of these, streaming services. But there's nothing like going inside a cinema, getting the surround sound and that huge screen, when the lights go off, and just that experience of being surrounded by the image and sound is incredible. I think that there's nothing like it. Um, and so I encourage people to kind of, get out of their comfort zone a little bit, get out of their homes, see movies on the big screen again, support independent films, definitely foreign films on the big screen as well. And then not only do you get to see the movies on the big screen, the audio and sound and stuff like that, but by participating in a film festival or going to an art house cinema, you also have the opportunities occasionally to actually meet the filmmakers. So lots of times there's intros and Q&As with the filmmakers. And then when you leave the lobby, also, you're seeing movies with people that also want to be there. So this idea of being in the lobby and talking about the content or talking about the film, that's something that's very special and it's very unique. And I think it's important. Our annual San Diego Latino Film Festival, it's almost like a place where people come back home every year. It's like the same people come out, their families and friends, or they just see each other once a year. But you see them in the lobby talking about the films and so that, and so that's really special. And we need to encourage that. And I think humans, we are social, people. We need to get out. We need to see these films. We need to come. But again, I think the challenge is going to be convincing people, to kind of get away from Netflix and Amazon and all these things and see movies in the big screen again. But I think once you get there, you'll see why, like, oh yeah, this is really special. Hello, my name is Ethan Von Tilo. I'm executive director and founder of the Media Arts Center San Diego and San Diego Latino Film Festival. If you'd like to learn more about all the great programs that we have going on here in San Diego, check out this cool interview. I founded the San Diego Latino Film Festival in 1994. 1994 was the first edition of the San Diego Latino Film Festival, and at that time, it was called Cine Estudiantil. The reason I did that is because when I went to UC Santa Cruz in 88, 8 or 9, I was taking a Chicano studies class, and the professor there said, "Hey, who wants to organize a film festival as part of your final class project?" And so I naively said, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it." And Armando Valdez was his name. He was the professor, and that's where I learned. I didn't even know what Chicano film was at that time. So at 88, 89, that's where I learned about Chicano film. And that's where he taught me, like, okay, well, how are we going to get money? So he taught me how to write a proposal to one of the history department, and how do you write a press release, and what's a poster, what's marketing. So I remember we drew our first poster. So it was at UC Santa Cruz where I organized the Chicano Film Festival. Then I went on to produce some films. And so then when I graduated about 92, I came down to San Diego, and I saw that San Diego didn't have a Chicano Film Festival with a huge population, obviously on both sides of the border. So I immediately said to myself, I've always been a self-starter organizer. So I said, I'm just gonna do it. That's one thing I know how to do. So I immediately went to UC San Diego and San Diego State University. I knew how to get funding from the different departments, and I connected with student groups in both of those universities. And that's where Cine Estudiantil got started, at the UCSD, San Diego State University, and then in partnership with the Centro Cultural de la Raza in Balboa Park, and then also UABC, a university in Baja California. And that's the first film festival, 1994, Cine Estudiantil. We eventually founded the nonprofit organization called the Media Arts Center San Diego in 1999. So, the film festival started first in 1994, but then we started growing. The festival started growing. We started doing like year-round programming, partnering with the San Diego Library, for example, and we had a Cine Club going on in the Centro Cultural de la Raza. So we started receiving funding, and then we started doing more programming. And then I think it was 1998, the film festival moved from the university setting into like a downtown mainstream cinemas, and we had like Edward James Olmos and Ray Bradbury come. And so it started growing, and corporate America also started to awake to the fact that, oh my gosh, there's all these Latinos, that we could sell our products to. So we started getting corporate sponsorship. So we started growing, doing more programs. And so it was 1999. the advisory committee for the film festival eventually became the board of the nonprofit, which is called the Media Arts Center San Diego. And it would have been real easy just to call the Media Arts Center San Diego like the San Diego Latino Film Foundation, but we really wanted to do something larger and different. And so we modeled the Media Arts Centers San Diego off other media arts centers in throughout the country. For example, Bay Area Video Coalition, or Film Arts in San Francisco, 911 Media Arts Center in Seattle. So there's various models of media arts centers across the country where you're not only exhibiting films like the San Diego Latino Film Festival, so you're exhibiting and supporting independent filmmakers, local filmmakers, but then also you have workshops. And so we have workshops for 6-year-olds up to like 30-year-olds, independent filmmakers and young teens. And then also you produce content. So you help the community, you give them access to equipment, or you help the community tell their own stories. And so we've had digital story stations, we've had community production studios, various initiatives where we help the community to tell their own stories. So 3 departments: film exhibition, education, and production are the 3 key departments of our nonprofit called the Media Arts Center San Diego. And yeah, it's much more than just reaching the Latino community. We work with refugees, immigrants throughout the city of San Diego, foster care youth, you name it. We really try to connect to different schools and different communities throughout the city. The Media Arts Center San Diego started about 23 years ago or something like that. And like I said, we have 3 key departments. There's education programs, there's film exhibition programs, and there's the community production program. One of the departments is obviously the film exhibition program. So we have the annual San Diego Latino Film Festival. But then we also have this amazing, very cool, unique independent cinema movie theater here in downtown San Diego on Park and Market. Just built a brand new cinema. It's only 58 seats, but it's the only single cinema left in the city of San Diego. It's one of the few cinemas in this area that screens independent and foreign films on a daily basis. So from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week, you can see a cool independent foreign film. We're screening some of the Oscar-nominated documentary shorts this coming weekend. We had a German film, a Mexican film a few days ago. So there's something for everybody: cults, classics. So the Digital Gym Cinema, it's called, on Park and Market. Check out digitaljim.org to see what independent films that we're screening. And then on our education side of things, we have spring and summer youth media and tech camps for 6-year-olds to 13-year-olds. So young kids can come in, they're using iPads or iPhones or little cameras, and they're making quick little stop motion animation films. They spend a whole week doing pre-production, production, and post-production. And then on Fridays, we show it on the big screen for their families and stuff like that. So we have camps for young kids, but then we have a lot of programs for older teens and young adults as well. So we have our Teen Producers Project on Saturday, an introductory class to Teen Producers Project where they do short documentaries, but then we have an advanced Teen Producers where they do short narrative films. But then we also go into the community. So we work with the City Heights Library, Hoover High School, and various different organizations and schools. We're helping young adults, you learn the pre-production, production, and post-production, but also just helping kids just get excited about education, learning about technology or language skills, depending on the site. We have an amazing program where we're actually paying young adults to get trained. They get like $550 to do their training for 6 weeks. And then afterwards, they get like up to $6,000 paid internship to work on the various departments within the City Heights. With the city library, so they're getting paid to do the production that we train them to do. So a lot of education programs, and then so people can get involved that way. And then the third way is that, we produce content for local community members, and so we produce content for KPVS, for example, called Speak City Heights. Or we produce content for even some local school districts like Cajon Valley School District. And so that's a great way for current college filmmakers or maybe recent graduates who want to get, build up their reel a little bit. They can get part of our production team, and it's a, paid opportunity, but then they can kind of build up their reel and learn how to work in the, corporate video environment and produce content as well. So that's our community production side of things. Why people should get involved with the Media Arts Center San Diego, or San Diego Latino Film Festival, is that, they if you're a local filmmaker and you want to be a filmmaker, the best way to be a filmmaker is number one to do it. So get involved and with some of our production department, get on a crew, produce content. The other way, if you want to be a filmmaker, is to see films. You got to see films. So come to the movie theater and be a usher volunteer, watch all these incredible independent films. And then the film festival, there's 160 movies. Again, you got to see movies if you want to make movies. And then the film festival is 11 days. There's also going to be over 100 actors and filmmakers. So what a great opportunity to get your business card out and meet all these people and talk about cinema and or talk about how they got into their careers. And so, again, I encourage everyone, I exemplify that. My career exemplifies that. If you want to do something, you just got to do it, but you got to be proactive and you got to get out there and got to do it. So the best way to do it is to be involved, not just with our nonprofit, but, any of the other nonprofits in the area that might be working with film or media arts or visual programs. And then, if you're not in school, try to get into a community college or a local university. There's tons of educational programs as well, on top of ours. So again, learn the craft, but also participate in the craft, be on a crew, and then watch lots of movies. Our Media Arts Center San Diego, it's a 501c3 nonprofit, and we need the community support, both financially and or volunteering or some kind of in-kind support. So I definitely always put out a call to community members to buy movie tickets. That's an easy way that you can support our nonprofit. It's just every day we're screening movies, and it's a fun way. You also might work for an organization or a school, like try to get others to come too, like try to get a group to come, try to get students to come. So by buying movie tickets, you can get involved. You can also become a member of our Media Arts Center San Diego. We have different membership levels where you get free tickets or discounted tickets or discounts to our youth media and tech camps. If you're a parent and you got kids, that need to have something to do in the summer or vacation time, they can participate and buy registration for our camps or buy membership for our camps. So, also, you might have a small business or company or nonprofit that needs to produce media. We all need to produce promos and testimonials. So you can also hire our production company. Our video production department will produce content for you as well. So buy movie tickets, get your kids involved with educational programs, and or hire us to produce your next video. It's just one of three ways that you can participate and support our nonprofit and make it sustainable for the future.